Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're out in the garage again today with another awesome product from Novsight. You may remember from a couple videos back I installed a 10-inch light bar that they sent me on my 23 XMR. Today we're installing a set of their 4.5-inch pod lights on Al's 2022 850 Max Outlander. Stick around. Alright guys, so we'll just do a little bit of an unboxing here. Novsight, as usual, has done a really nice job with their packaging, really nice quality box. And we'll see what we've got on the inside here. So these are the 4.5-inch pod lights, really nicely packaged, lots of foam, very well protected. We've got your installation manual, we've got the two lights themselves, amber covers for both, and you can see on each light you also have the blackout cover if you need that to make these road legal if you are driving them on the road. In our case, that's not an issue. We're just going to be using them on our ATVs, so we won't need that. We have amber covers if you want to use that as an amber light, as a fog light. All your installation hardware is there, Allen key, nuts and bolts, and wiring harness. And these wiring harnesses, I know from my last one, really nice and really simple to use. You have your power, your on-off switch right here already pre-wired in. Weatherproof connections, we've got two, one for each light on this one. And relay is already built in. So this will be a very simple installation, very similar to my last one. And the lights themselves, very nice quality lights, just like the 10-inch bar. And these covers, I believe, just pop off. Yeah. So that'll just pop off there. And that's a really nice, really sharp looking light, just like that 10-inch bar. These are really deep LEDs, so this is definitely going to be a very tight spot. We'll check out the light beam patterns later, and I'll compare it to my 10-inch bar as well, just so you can get a comparison. But that's a really nice looking light. As I said, weatherproof connections, and we're pretty excited to get these on. So let's get them on on Al's machine. All right, guys. So if you remember on my machine, I attached that light bar up to the top of the rad cover here. On Al's, what we think we're going to do, he has more of an inexpensive light bar here from Princess Auto, which is our Canadian equivalent to your Harbor Freight in the US. So we're thinking of just taking this light bar off and using these brackets that are already there and mounting the two spotlights, one on each side, just sort of sitting in this location right here. So we're going to pop this light bar off and just sort of mock up the spotlights and see how it looks. All right, so here's where we're at so far. So I've got the old light bar taken off, and this is looking really good actually. So from the side, these are pretty thick lights, they're very deep, but from the side, they don't protrude past the front bumper there. So if we do happen to run into anything out in the trails, trees or anything like that, it should still be protected. And from the front, once we get the second one on there, it's gonna look really good and be up nice and high to get the most distance out of them. And then Al's just working over here on pulling the plastics, and we'll work on routing that electrical. So that'll be the next step. I'll get the second one mounted here, and we'll get them hooked up. Okay guys, so we've got both lights mounted up here on the front. They look really good, they fit perfectly. As you can see, like I said earlier, they're both just inside of that front bumper, so they should be fairly protected. As far as the wiring this time around, so the wire goes underneath the rack here, comes out right at the top, so you can see the one connector there, one on the far side. We're gonna join those two connectors here with the wiring harness that it comes with. We're going to run it down the side of the machine, similar to the way that I did before. And as you can see, we've got those wires pre-run here, and they come out this hole here just beside the battery. So we'll have the relay mounted. And what we did this time around was we took all the excess slack, because it does come with a lot of wiring because it's basically meant for lots of different types of vehicles. So on an ATV, we don't need all the length of wire that it comes with. So we've taken the excess wire, fed it all up, and we'll hide that up under the center console here, up under the pod. So all we have to do now is tidy up the wiring, connect it to the battery, and we'll be good to go. We'll test them out. All right, so we're pretty much finished up here. We ended up bundling just like we were talking about. So all that excess wire is now bundled up here under the front pod. We left the switch wire loose so that if we have to take off this console here, once we remove that, we need slack so that we don't pull on the wire for that switch. So that's just gonna be tucked under there, but not actually tied to anything. Coming down here, running down the side of the machine, we've tucked everything and attached it to the existing electrical that's there. We've mounted our relay right in that open space there, and attached everything to the battery. So right now, everything is good to go. We haven't tightened anything down yet, but lights are working. So we'll just wait for for the daylight to go away here, and then we'll go out and do some beam tests, and we'll compare it to the 10-inch bar that I installed on my XMR as well, and see what the difference is. So stick around, we'll do that next. Okay guys, so we're outside on the road here. We're gonna do the same light test that I did with my 10-inch bar. So I'm gonna first turn on the low beams, then the high beams, and then we'll add in the spotlights. So here's our low beams. Like I said in the last video, the tree up on your right-hand side is about 40 feet away. The no parking sign, if you can see that up ahead, is about 100 feet away. And then we'll go to high beams. So now you can see that no parking sign, and the mailbox is at about 100 feet. And then we'll add in the Novsight lights. And you can see quite a bit further into the bush there. These will shoot way further. I'm limited in the space I have out here on the street to be able to show just how far it'll go. But I'll turn off the high beams and the low beams, and this is just the Novsight lights. So very good spot into the distance. We've got them aimed right now so that they sort of, the beams sort of converge at that distance. We don't have two separate spots, which I think is perfect, because when we're out on the trails and that kind of thing, we don't really need to see much further ahead than what these are aimed at now. So that should be a really good setting for that, but we can always play around with that in the future as well. And as far as spill, I'll take off the camera off the front here and just show you. So it's not as floody as the light bar was that I had, and I'll try and put up a comparison, a side-by-side, since I'm in the same location with the two different types of lights. And I'll try and put up a comparison so you can see exactly how it is. But with the front of the machine right here, there's not, it's about probably about 8 feet out from the front of the machine is where the light first hits the ground. And I would say the spread off the front here is about 20 feet of spread when you're when you're about 20 feet away from the machine. So definitely a spotlight, and if that's what you're looking for, then it's gonna be perfect. And I'll turn off the lights now just so you can see the difference. So there's nothing, and there it is with the Novsights. And I will add in low beams again. So again, low beams are gonna give us that close floodlight that we'll need. High beams get us out further, but still nowhere near as far, and not that nice white light of the Novsights. We can always change these halogens out for LED in the future if we decide to, but for now, these will be a really good addition. Just thought I'd give you one more view, guys. This is a sort of a little walking trail down in my area here. So it would be similar to an ATV trail. This is paved, obviously, but sort of similar width to an ATV trail. This is with the low beams on. I'll turn on the high beams, so you can see. We got good coverage there. You can see a decent amount of the trail both side to side. And then we'll add in the Novsights, and you can see just how much further you can see. Now again, we may have to adjust these because I can fully see that house in the distance lit up. I'll turn those off now, but that house is probably a good 200 feet away, and it lit it up very clearly. I'll throw them on one more time. So that'll be perfect in the trails, and we'll just have to adjust them. So like I said, I'll try and put up some comparison shots so that you can see the two. And if you found the video helpful and you're interested in a set, check out Novsight's website. Use code JOR25 for a really nice discount, anywhere from 20 to 25%, and pick up anything they have. They have lots of different light bars, light bulbs for your vehicles as well as these pod lights and some really great LEDs. So check them out. Thanks again for watching. If you like the video, please hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.